These are the parts that you're going to be polishing. So, in regards to this trigger bar, if you run your finger across it, you'll feel where those machine marks are. This is the area you really want to pay particular attention to because this is related to the polishing that we did in part 1. This is your engagement surface over here. As you can, I don't know if you can hear that. That's rough, and you should not be getting that kind of gritty. With this one, you just got to remember you're removing the tooling marks and then you're just going to bling this whole thing out with the polisher. Next, this is your disconnector lever and the little bearing. I should note that it's a shoulder fit, so it just pops in. We're going to polish the whole thing, but this is the area you really want to pay attention to because this is going to help give you that nice, smooth, buttery trigger pull, which is the entire fucking point of doing this, right? Here is the sear, and you can see the engagement surface there. And you can see the engagement surface here on the hammer. We're going to be removing all of those tool marks, bringing it up to a nice, brilliant mirror finish, and reassembling it, and quite possibly having an incredible fucking trigger pull. So you're just going to take your lubricated sandpaper. You don't want to do this dry. We're going to start here with the hammer because I feel that's going to be the easiest to show you. And remember, you're not trying to change the geometry. You just want to work the engagement surface flat. Use your fingertip for pressure. Doesn't take a lot of pressure, okay? You're just trying to get those tooling marks down and off. And then when you hit it with the polisher, you can really get in there and get the rest of it. But you want to knock all the high spots off. And again, you're not changing the geometry, okay? Very important that you guys understand that. Okay, we're going to go ahead and clean off that grease real quick. Check and see where we're at. Just in the interest of expediency and because I'm actually running a little bit low on memory and battery at the moment, I'm going to go ahead and check back in with you when I'm done. But that little bit has already made a big improvement. Still have a long way to go. But just that there has already made a big improvement. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to do what I got to do, and then I'm going to show you the results when I'm done. Later. Do a little check-in since I've just gone ahead. That is the sear. See, I've hit it very nicely. There's still some tooling marks I can't get out, but I've polished it down to the point where it doesn't matter because it's nice and slick. And you can see, this may help you to see like how they interact, right? So. She's nice and buttery now. Polished up that roller bearing on the disconnector a little bit. And if you notice, I just polished the tip, which is the part that actually interacts with everything else. And just a little quick love on the engagement surfaces. But, oh yeah, also the end of the roller here where it makes contact, but you don't really, and we're getting ready to start on the one that's going to take the most time, and this is the trigger bar. So all of these areas where it engages the side of the frame, where it interacts with the slide and the firing pin, where it interacts with the trigger, all of that's got to get polished up. So this is going to take a while. So you're just going to take your 1000 grit, make sure it's greasy. Hopefully you can see that. We're just using grease on 1000 grit, and we're just using our little rotary polish tool when we get to that point to bling it up. These are the only parts that I'm polishing. I'm not really, here it is. Just give you that little detail there. See how nice and shiny and beautiful and smooth that is? Here's the hammer. Can you see that? Nice and beautiful. Here's the sear. Nice and beautiful. And here's the trigger bar. Looks a little different, doesn't it? So now every possible point of mechanical resistance, friction, however you choose to envision it, has essentially been removed. So we're done with the polishing and it's time for the hard part. Let's get this sucker put back together.